So, if you guys aren't aware, there is a possibility, and the rumors have been spreading, that there's a chance WWE and TNA could be working together, which is kind of crazy to think about, right? Because thinking back even just 5 years ago, that would be such a wild concept, right? Because Vince was running the show, and Vince, he ran WWE like a monopoly. Let's be real here. That's what it was. It was a monopoly, and if you were to ask me in 2023, hey, is there ever a chance that WWE could work with another company? I would have told you no. But now in 2024, later months in 2023, absolutely. In fact, it looks like they're going to, and it looks like they're going to kick things off with AJPW, All Japan Pro Wrestling. They're going to be sending Charlie Dempsey over there to wrestle for one of the titles. They called him actually the ace of NXT, which is kind of interesting. But on top of that, they're going to be working with another company that maybe you are more familiar with, because it's Canadian based actually, but it's known in North America, TNA. WWE is actually going to be working, chances, not 100%, going to be working with TNA. And they are going to partner together, possibly. Now, I say this and I say possibly because nothing is confirmed yet. I want to make that clear. Nothing is confirmed, but where we stand right now, it looks as if the chances are there. And this upcoming Thursday, which would be January 4th, on Peacock, Triple H has a huge announcement. Now, if you guys do not know, TNA actually just recently rebranded themselves back to TNA, which it was formerly Impact, but they've rebranded themselves back. They now are TNA again, and they are going to go back to the TNA brand. Now, with them going back to the TNA brand, it's great, but a lot of people felt like, okay, you could change your name, but that doesn't mean you're changing your product. Now, recently they decided that they were going to work with Endeavor Streaming. If you guys do not know, Endeavor is the parent company of WWE and the UFC. They actually worked with TNA to create TNA's new streaming platform, TNA Plus, which is very, very WWE Network-like, and it's a very cool little streaming platform. I actually got to check it out last night on my phone, and I was like, yo, this is kind of interesting, right? But nonetheless, they worked with Endeavor to make this streaming platform, and then things really started to pick up when a video package came out about TNA and how they were going to be doing premium live events, which is kind of weird because every other person who's ever said that, there's only been one, and it was the WWE. So there is a lot of coinciding between TNA and WWE. And I think the work relationship, I do believe it could be a great one. And the reason why is there's actually a person there that ties the WWE and TNA together, and that person being Naomi. Naomi is such an important piece in this puzzle. In fact, so much so that on the branding for TNA Plus, Naomi is actually like the head. She's the person on the front. She's everything, right? She is the person. So a lot of people would think like, okay, so these two companies, I think they work together based on Naomi, right? Because now rumors have speculated that Naomi could be heading back to the WWE and maybe in a Royal Rumble capacity, which, if you guys don't know, a couple years ago, I want to say 2019, 2020 maybe, I can't remember off the top of my head, but Mickie James was actually the Knockouts champion and ended up coming over to the WWE and kind of did like this one-off thing where she entered the Royal Rumble. She brought out the Knockouts championship belt. That was kind of like the deal. Like, yeah, you can have her, just let her bring out the Knockouts championship belt, which, if you guys do not know, is not a problem for the WWE. And I want to talk about that a little bit and why this may not be a problem for the WWE. Reason why is WWE really doesn't gain anything working with TNA. In fact, the only people who really do gain is TNA. WWE, I mean, you could say that they gain a little bit of a talent pool. They have a place they can send their talent. Like, there's not much that the WWE would actually gain from this partnership. But WWE has talked about NXT a lot. And they've talked about how they've wanted to become global. And if you guys don't know, me and Ango actually talked about this over on the live stream on his channel. We talked about NXT going global. And again, TNA is known more, I want to say, in Canada, which, hey, NXT wants to go global. And if you guys don't know, wrestling was huge in Canada at one time. It was ginormous. And I can only imagine that it still is. That's where the hearts come from. Chris Jericho. There's many, many names that come from Canada. Edge, Christian, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. The list can continue on. But there's a lot of names that come from Canada. So NXT could be wanting to launch over in Canada. And what better way than to get your footstep in NXT with working with another company such as TNA? Same with Japan, right? Working with All Japan Pro Wrestling. There's no better way to do so than actually going to Japan, working with All Japan Pro Wrestling, and putting your footprint down. It's fair to say. It really, really, really is. Now, right now, a lot of rumors have been speculated that Sasha Banks is going to return to the company, and a lot of people think there's talks about TNA signing the biggest signing where two worlds are going to collide, and they're signing the biggest free agent in TNA history, or on the market, whatever the case is. But there's only one person that really comes to mind right now that is the biggest, and that's Sasha Banks. I feel like anything other than that may actually let some fans down because you have done it that way. Now, rumors have speculated that Sasha is going to go to AEW, and that is insane to think about. And then there's chances that she could be returning to the WWE. And right now the world does not know. They're all very confused. Nobody's 100%. But I will say this, and I say it, I do believe that TNA on January 13th is going to have a very good show with Hard to Kill. I think it is going to be must-see. I feel like everybody who is a wrestling fan should go out and order this pay-per-view. TNA has put their foot back into the mix, right? It's no longer just WWE and AEW. No. TNA is back. They're going to be doing some cool things. I don't know if they're bringing back the six-sided ring. If they're going to be TNA, I hope in some capacity that they do, because that was one thing that everybody loved TNA for. But nonetheless, that's really what it comes down to. I do believe that TNA and WWE could work very, very well together. I think it's fair that they would work together. And like I said, Triple H is going to be making an announcement January 4th, 2024. The TNA Plus streaming app actually launches on January 5th. So there's something to be talked about there. But yeah, nonetheless, my name is Billy. If you guys are new here, definitely feel free to subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate all you guys. I appreciate everybody who's coming from Ango's channel as well. You guys are awesome. It's very appreciated. That means you guys have found my takes somewhat interesting, which means the absolute world to me. You guys are absolutely outstanding and awesome. On top of that, you guys can become a member of the channel down below. Feel free to. It's very, 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 very appreciated. On top of that, we have a Discord. We're starting to get members. Members are coming through, so feel free to join the Discord. We can all talk over there. We can talk about wrestling, everything along those lines, and we will have fun with all of that. But other than that, I want to say that's all I got for today. So I will be talking to you guys later. Peace out.